Everyone, my name is Haven Mallory, also known as Miss Mallory, and as we all know for this discussion, our first question is how will you work grades into the grading process in your future classroom? The first bullet under that is how will you keep students informed in their progress during the grading term? So each day I would love to send home a note to the student and the parent saying how well the student work that day, but as we all know, that's not going to be possible every day to write a note. There's just not enough minutes, not enough time in the day to take the time to do something like that. But there will be enough time to put a sticker in each of their folders to send it home for that day, and that'll let the students know whether they did or good or not that day and allow the parents to know the same. Of course, do this throughout the year and also um, use the progress reports, report cards, and then use a weekly report. And with that weekly report, just let the parents know what we learned that day, how well their student did, where they learned the best, and what they could even use some extra time going over. Our second bullet is how will achievement be monitored and recorded during the grading period? So achievement will be monitored and recorded through a file that I will keep in my classroom. I'll have a file for each student, and within that file, I will just make notes of their behavior and academic progress and what they've done right and what they needed help with. Keeping a folder, a file like this, it can be used for future teachers to let them know how the student is, what they could maybe use a little bit help with if not fixed. And it's just good for the end of the year, end of year grading, the last report card, to know that this is where you started, this is where you ended, this is how much progress you've made, that you have completed everything and understood everything, comprehended everything for the whole semester, um, or even for the whole year. Our fourth one is how will effort and knowledge be weighed in your grading? So I do think that effort and participation are great to add to the grading scale. I would say participation would be 10 to 15% of their grade. As you know, students, the participation is very high, as we will always work in groups, it'll be back and forth. Once you get in the higher grades, I don't think participation matters as much. I definitely think effort should be acknowledged for the younger students, as you acknowledge their effort and they are rewarded, they will continue to throw that effort into every class, and it'll continue throughout the year. I will like to keep my grades in a gradebook and a computerized system, having a backup, in case computers are down, but also having one that I can always have with me, have extra space to where I can add notes for the student. For our last bullet, it says, how does good or bad effort affect grading? This is tough for me. I don't, as of now, I say that behavior should not affect the grading of a student. I do think, before sending them off to the next grade, there should be an area where they have reached where they should be socially. I do think that should be followed, but for good or bad behavior, I don't think that should affect their grading. For part two of our discussion, I went with the question of analysis, synthesis, and evaluation are often called higher order thinking skills. So why are these often considered higher order? What general characteristics do they exhibit? So from our book, analysis is defined as, or involves taking apart complex items such as speeches, written communications, organizing, or machines, and explaining their underlying organization. This was written by Orlich in our teaching strategies on page 83. So one can say that one must take their own knowledge and creativity and find reasoning on why things work the way they do and use their knowledge and creativity for new ideas and decisions. And these are all things seen in analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. I believe that evaluation, synthesis, and analysis are all considered higher thinking as they use the other items and skills of Bloom's taxonomy um, to find reasoning behind other subjects. So, there are common characteristics between these three items, such as comprehension, communication, creativity, originality, and knowledge. But also, as I mentioned, all the other items of Bloom's taxonomy are used in these subjects for higher thinking, higher understanding, for reasoning and decisions, why you make those decisions and why you're going with these reasons. The other items of Bloom's taxonomy are, cookie cutter. They're just making sure you know the knowledge or you're you remember, recall items. You have the basic idea. You know what these items are about. Um, the other three, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation, they're taking your own ideas and using them to create something new, which is why I think that they are higher order skills. So thank y'all for watching. I hope I didn't slaughter this discussion. I hope y'all followed and understand. Please let me know if there's anything I can improve on, and thank y'all for watching.